2 months, June and July?
Yes.
So for the month of June, we had a total of 190 calls. That came out to 74 emergency calls. That's going to break down into 0 DOAs, 20 refusals, 50 medical emergencies, and 24 trauma emergencies. And then the trauma came down to 8 NBCs and 9 calls. So the NBCs are coming down.
Well, at least your refusals have gone down.
Yeah. Yes, that did come down a lot from April and May as well. We did have 52 transports for this month. 20 transports came from the airport where the hospital was calling in, or we flew somebody out from the scene, and that came down to 44 non-emergency calls. And for the month of July, we had a total of 222 calls. And that broke down into, for 911, that broke down into 1 DOA, 30 refusals, 58 medical emergencies, and our traumas did come back up a little bit to 30. And that's 8 NBCs, 6 calls. So the NBCs are still low, so that's good. Refusals came back up to 30. Transfers were 51. Our airport health pads came down to 24. And our non-emergency calls were 57.
Any problems with anything?
No problems. Everything's doing all good. We're getting good people and real equipment.
I got a question, Judge. On your reporting, if you don't mind, I know that you get all those calls, but you don't answer all of them. Sometimes you get an issue late. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I would like to see how many help you out on this report.
Oh, okay. I can have that.
People hook them up?
No, how many times they can respond to the other people, the other end of the call. Okay?
One of the other things also we've gotten concerns on is your response time. What it comes down to is that how many ambulances you actually have on call. I know you keep telling us you have 3 ambulances for the county and you haven't responded yet. There's trouble, or there's not trouble, there's concerns out there that you're not sending the ambulances that are needed out there. One of the things is there's concerns for our citizens out there where you send one ambulance for a motor vehicle accident, yet when the ambulance gets there, it's being requested that they send another one. And the concern is, you don't know how many patients you have when and I'm not comparing apples to apples with the other EMS services, but ain't it a rule of thumb that when there's a motor vehicle accident, you always send 2? Instead of trying to debate where the first ambulance gets there, then they decide if you need another ambulance or not?
You know, the way it usually goes is that we will go out depending on how big of the situation is.
The thing is, for you have a situation where you send 2 ambulances for motor vehicle accidents. Wasn't that stipulated one time?
I couldn't tell you the
Oh, it doesn't what was promised to the
I'm sorry, if I can, the proposal that was,
No.
what?
Was it that
Verbal?
previous ambulance service that was here that was told?
That they were going to use 2 ambulances for
Yes,
ABC.
you were supposed to have 3 ambulances for the county.
Okay, that was, we were never made aware. Oh, we have ambulances. So with the regards to the NBCs, sometimes, and we have documented times,
The thing is
where we
that-
send out an NBC.
I'm sorry, speak.
Sorry.
Excuse me, hold on. I'm not going to have any argument here.
It's not an argument.
Hold on. I believe that when there's an accident, the sheriff's department should tell them, I need to have this to be on this front, this way, and this side. They're not going to know. I don't know what the problem is, but the police department should tell them, send me 2 ambulances, we got 5 people injured, we got 7 injured, 9 injured, 10 injured, then they make a decision. But they never told us we were going to have 1, 2, 3, or 5. They said they had up to 7 or 8 ambulances at the time. I don't know how many they have now. And we always had 1 ambulance. So anything they provided for us with the same amount of money that we paid the other ambulance service was an improvement. Okay, now there's going to be times when I'm sure they're not going to have enough ambulances. That's why we had the mutual aid. If you want to know how many times they have used mutual aid, I don't have a problem with it. If you want to know how many ambulances they have, how many ambulances do you have?
We have 7. We have 7 licenses, and actually we have 13 in our fleet. At the moment, we have 6 currently in here running, which we also have 2 elsewhere, so we have 8 ambulances running. So at any point, we have 2 crews on shift at all times, plus a 3rd for immediate backup. And we also have a list of people that we can call in. So we can potentially have 4. And we've actually used 4 in these major accidents, as like the explosion that happened when going towards Ashburton. And that morning, we had 4 units, no problem.
I don't know what they've done. Well, they provided more ambulances than they promised to provide, and that was the agreement. We're gonna cover you 911, but we need to bring in more ambulances than what we can. But there was nothing set in stone that we have to provide 10 whatever ambulances they're doing what they said that we're gonna do. Okay? The bottom line. As far as I'm concerned, what they told us they were going to do. And what they've done compared to what was being done is a marked improvement. Marked improvement. In 2 years, I haven't heard anything come to my office that I was seeing on a monthly basis. So I don't know what the big deal is.
Well, the thing, the big deal, Judge, is that later on we'll discuss it in executive session, probably next meeting, and that way I'll let you know what the reason I'm asking for the issue that how many issue they have responded to their call.
So you want to know how many times they've used another ambulance that was not theirs?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Is that
No, definitely, we can definitely do that. And the call volume has dropped. The thing is, we get a call at one moment, and then we get a second call, which is fine, and then we get one out in Big Wells, and then we get one in Ashburton. And usually when they fall back to back to back, and we're transporting the patient, that's when we have to call for mutual aid.
And those are all 911 calls, or they're a mixture of?
Those are all.
911 calls, yeah, because 911 takes priority over everything. And granted that we really don't do non-emergency calls, as you can see in our report. So 911 is basically our priority. And actually on the weekends, we've actually been stationing the unit inside the city, like on Main Street, on a commercial property, of course. So we have faster response times where we've been responding in about 2 minutes if we're in route. So.
And for the record, I don't have a problem with your service. I mean, but I did see something that concerned me the other day, so that's why.
Definitely. And we wanted.
I'm asking to see because, you know, the response and everything. That's the only reason I'm asking because I happen to be there that extra.
So sometimes there's certain incidents that occur, but please do not hesitate to call me. As I stress with everybody, even at the hospital, if you see something wrong, if you see something that's happening, and even if it happens once, call me and I will try to figure out or give you an explanation as to why it happened.
Give me your number. Give us your number.
Absolutely.
Give everybody your number.
Yes, I'll be right here.
One of the concerns I heard, complaint, was on a transfer. I don't know how long ago this happened, where the ambulance stopped, the drivers or whoever, for a break.
Yes.
You heard about that one?
Yes, so it was actually a personal problem that was involved with the paramedic and the mother. So that's.
The paramedic and the patient?
Patients.
And as far as like the breaks, we do allow the crews to stop for bathroom. That's the only time we allow them to stop. I mean, we can't tell you, no, you need to hold it for the 2 hours, it's going to take you.
But you got a critical.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
no.
they understand.
That's.
They gotta go. Medcom transfers, license sirens, there's no reason to be stopping.
No, that's a complaint I heard.
Yeah, so that actually has to do with some more personal problems, and we can discuss that if you would like.
That's the only concern we have, you know, because there are more issues than what it is, but like I say, and we can base it that it's not the service that we don't like or anything, but there are more issues than meets the eye, you know. And like the judge said, it's nothing personal or nothing to gain on, but there are concerns out there. And my concern is our well-being, our citizens out there. And the judge, on my side of it, I see it out there. I do see it.
So, to make you feel more at ease, in regards, you don't want to base maybe on rumors.
Like, mine are not
So,
rumors.
we're compiling all this data, trying to get some information from, so just to give you a large graph and maps and locations and distances, that way you can see it on paper, and if certain incidents occurred, like an asterisk, why? And that way y'all can feel better for the service that we are providing now.
And what I asked, I know a while back, I had asked for a different type of paper set up on emergency calls. I would like not to see what transfer were, but just based on the emergency calls. You know, a different setup of this.
So it's on the document that I sent, you just have to print out like one sheet.
Transfers and stuff, I mean, that's a hospital thing that doesn't pertain to us.
We can try that change when it's just 911.
They have that calls, that's more of
Anything? Motion made by Commissioner Guerrero, seconded by Commissioner Juan Carmen. Any other discussion? Now, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All that are opposed, same sign. That motion